Welcome to Season 3 of the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast with host Jacqueline Burke. On today's episode, we are interviewing Lynette Waltham.
Welcome to the podcast, Lynette. How are you today?
Oh, it's so good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. It's so nice to have you back. So how are you doing today, though? Good?
Today has been a bit of an interesting day. I'm not gonna lie, at one point in
Yeah.
time today, I'm like, I don't know if I could do a podcast
Oh, no.
but it really is like today really illustrates where I am at this point in my life.
Oh,
The
good.
ability the ability to just really flow through a day.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, that's great. So today we're going to talk about, it's actually a segment called Conversations With that we've had now for 2 seasons and going into our third. So we're going to start with talking about your favorite childhood memory.
For me, what just kind of comes up is Thanksgiving and Easter's with my big extended family. I didn't grow up with necessarily a lot of like close family around me. And so lots of times Thanksgiving is where my parents would host um my like tons of cousins, my aunts, my uncles.
Yeah.
I remember one Thanksgiving there was over 30 people in our house for a couple
Oh,
nights.
my.
And I loved that so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are great memories, being surrounded by family and cousins and aunts and uncles and
And we always just had like so much fun. We laughed so hard, like those deep belly laughs.
yeah.
We like like no matter what age a person was, we were playing go hide and seek in the dark, like out
Yeah.
so like it was just so much fun.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. We like to share good, happy, warm stories, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah. They totally and I like they just make you feel so good. And I haven't really accessed those memories in a while. So thank you
Oh,
for
good. Oh, you're welcome. Um, so who inspired you as a child?
right away. I hear like teachers. I always felt like quite connected to the various different teachers that I had throughout my education. And so definitely when I was a child, it
Yeah.
would have been those who supported me in the education system.
Oh, good. Yeah, we all have that favorite that stands out, huh?
Yeah, one of our teachers would have been grade one.
Oh,
She would just hug you, and she
uh,
welcoming hug and a little bit of a big bosom. So she really
yeah.
needs to. But it was like as a kid that was just like so welcomed. Like it felt so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, well, back in the day when we could do that, we could actually hug our teacher and they could show us compassion if we needed it or care or, empathy, that sort of thing. It was comforting. It
Mhm.
was almost like receiving that maternal comfort, like especially in the like grade 1 and 2 and when you're still nervous about being in elementary school a little bit and it's all new. It
Mhm.
was so important to have that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And to know that you're kind of, yeah, you're safe in those few moments or those first moments that you are spending days, like right in grade
Yeah.
one. Like here in Alberta, that means that that's the first time we're spending 5 days a week with, or potentially, depending on who you
Yeah.
are, but
Yeah.
depending, that's the first time you're spending 5 days, 5 full days outside of your other caregivers. So it is a big transition. And so you're
Yeah.
right, that warmth, maternal hug and embrace with a grade one
Yeah.
teacher is like such a gift.
Oh, yeah. So now keeping thinking about grade 1, grade 2. So at that point, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a teacher. It
Oh,
was
really?
probably because of that teacher, because she taught me grade 1 and grade
Yeah.
2. So most likely comes from that, and how she just maybe interacted with my other classmates. And she was also like a very strong music teacher. So
Oh,
she
nice.
like embraced our creative side. She embraced the, like all the logical side, just like all those various aspects of us.
Yeah.
And never once did she make you feel less than.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
nice. That's so special. I love teachers that have a bit of a creative side to them, like to help you focus on like a bit of art or music or something that, brings happiness.
Yeah.
Our happiness as we know today, like our go-tos today, like listening to a nice song that you might like, just helps you escape, or coloring even, you can color as an adult. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and it's so relaxing, and it helps you just kind of get out of that crazy like head spin that we can get in.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, be in that creative space.
Oh, that's so neat. Well, much gratitude to the teachers who still continue that journey with their students, showing the creative side because we certainly need it in the world.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
So now you wanted to be a teacher, so please tell me what you are doing today and tell our listeners what you're doing today and maybe if there's any crossover there.
So today I am a channeler and an energetic healer.
Hmm.
So maybe just like that teacher, how she created that soft, like very safe, warm, welcoming space. I feel like I do that for my clients as well. Create
Oh,
this space to help people just really connect with themselves. And so in my role, I am connecting with my client, mind, body, soul, and spirit.
yeah.
I'm tuning in and I'm channeling to see if there's messages, insight, or energetic healings that are going to serve them in the present moment, and then navigating what they're ready for as things arise, and just doing the best I can with their support team to nourish them in any way, shape, or form that I can.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. You're giving so much comfort. And I think at the end of the day, like everyone is searching for that nowadays, right?
Absolutely, that deep connection. And
Yeah.
so what I'm doing now too in that is I'm also teaching. I just kind of
Oh,
stepped
good.
in a role. Um, I've been like a fitness instructor as well. So I've had a little bit of that leadership, teaching people, but have stepped into more of that teaching recently. I just wrapped up my first online workshop on
Oh,
Tuesday, like just recently, just this week.
oh,
And so I've just newly kind of stepped into that more leadership teacher combination role. So it kind of maybe has come a little bit full circle.
oh, nice. Well, tell me what that was like for you, online workshop.
Mm. It it was wonderful. I say that on the back end of it,
Yeah.
but stepping into it was quite a bit of a journey. I
Hmm.
knew a few years ago that showing up for someone in some kind of like a teaching way was going to be a part of my journey. I just wasn't sure exactly what it was going to look like. I started out recording just and like an online version that someone could access at any time. And that took me out quite a period, probably of 8 months to walk through.
Oh,
Every
wow.
time I kind of stepped into that, I would bump up against some fear. I would
Yeah.
bump up against my own limiting beliefs. And so, kind of, there was a lot of work that I had to do, like within myself, to be able
Yeah.
to get past some of those blocks that were there for me. And eventually I got to the space where I could complete it. And
Yeah.
I put it up online. It sat online for 2 days, and I down
Oh,
because the fear overwhelmed me.
oh,
And so I realized that I had to walk a little bit more through fear. I had a few more things that I needed to learn before I was ready. And in that process too, I also realized that that's not how I wanted to present the information. And that's maybe more of what caused me to pull it down, because it was like, it's not quite ready in how I want to put myself out there into the world. And so I decided it needed to be live with me. And so I decided I would do that this fall. And as I moved closer to that, there was a lot of hesitation, because it was really committing to stepping into a space that I've never really navigated before, being on the presenter side. I've done it a lot, being on the other side, the one who's receiving. But this time I was the one who was really putting it out into the world, doing a lot of the giving. And so it took me a while to regulate within my nervous system and my levels of safety to know that this new world that I was stepping into was safe for me. And I got to that place, and it was beautiful. I'm so glad I was able to get to that point. And I just, when I was finished with it, I just like sat in that and just marinated in that and took it all in. I didn't pull myself apart and say, I could have done that better, I should have done that better, and ripped it all apart. I just embraced the whole experience of it and just allowed myself to sit with it and be joyful.
Oh, that's amazing. Like, that's fantastic, because it takes a lot to even get to that point of, like, it's a sense of being vulnerable,
Absolutely.
right?
Level of vulnerability.
Oh my gosh. Like, I know it would probably take me about 2 years of planning to do that. Like, just to come out of my shell even more, you know?
Yeah. And really, it was basically, like you say, 2 years. It would have been a year from when I said this is something that I wanted to do, to walking through it, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, like constantly, and pushing through my own glass ceilings, like constantly.
Yeah,
You actually then have completed it and put it out there into the world.
that's great. So listen, how did you overcome the fear? Because that's a big one for people.
It is a huge one, and
Yeah,
it is a huge part of my life. It is this, like, the shadow that I keep having to like work with and navigate and transmute constantly.
yeah,
Definitely, because it's like you kind of think you've kind of dealt with it, and then I thrust myself into a new experience, and then fear kind of comes at me in a different direction. So the thing that really has helped propel me along is that I had like an emotional breakdown back in July of 2017. And leading up to that point in time, I felt awful,
yeah,
absolutely awful. And so what first kind of propelled me through fear is recognizing that I wanted to do things different, because I never wanted to feel like that again.
right.
So even though I would bump up against something of trying something new, of shifting a belief,
Yeah,
I just knew I never wanted to feel that again. And so there's a little bit of trust there too, in that process that I kind of had to grab onto, and that faith that it it would be different. It could be different if
yeah,
I just allowed myself to continue navigating the path and just kind of following some of that intuition. So kind of at first it was that feeling of that I never want to feel that way again.
yeah, yeah.
And then as I kind of found some courage and took some bigger steps, and those steps transpired into things I've been dreaming about, then it
Okay.
just like really kind of like deepened within me this empowerment that I can do really hard things, really new
Oh,
things, really
yeah.
crazy things. And so that really like deep intuitive knowing, um, would also guide me. And so I would maybe like, I would hit a wall and I would have to navigate that emotionally and like maybe have those 2 steps back is what someone would call us or call
Yeah.
it, or pause. But after that kind of would move through me, I would find it within me to know that this is the way I need to go. This is what I
Right.
need to do. And I would push through that. Along the way, there has always been someone in my corner who has been helping me.
Good.
Whether that was my Reiki master or my channeling
Yeah.
teacher, and now I have a mentor that I work with who's more like business strategy, energetic
Okay.
mix.
Perfect.
Along the way, there's always been a coach, a mentor, someone who creating a safe space for me that
Yeah.
was also at times when I couldn't find the courage or that strength to pull me forward. They were able to give me the inspiration, the healing, the understanding, the tools that I
Yeah.
needed to keep me moving forward. So I use like Reiki and channeling and the Akashic records as my
Right.
base modalities.
Oh,
And
great.
they really propelled me along and still do. But
Yep.
in the last year, breath work and EFT tapping have
Oh,
like really come into to really help me like bust the dam on some
yeah.
of these big things that come up that only come up sometimes when you're walking with entrepreneurship. They
Right.
like they're because this is new, like completely new territory in some of these things. And so I've had to use some more maybe intense modalities at
Yeah.
times to really help me bust through
Yeah.
some ceilings. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you know what I can feel from you is also through this new journey, you've you're loving yourself more.
Mm, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's just really deepened the trust and then
yeah.
the trust with myself. And just being able to just recognize that no matter what happens, I'm I, I'm gonna love myself either way, no matter
Yeah.
how it turns out, which way things might go. At the end of the day, I'll always love myself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like having that full connection with your heart, right?
Yeah.
What the heart wants you to do for your career or in your personal life, whatever. Having that connect, that admiration for yourself,
Hmm.
is so important, and it's empowering. It's just you can't really words can't explain that feeling, can they?
No, and it it is really hard to describe, but I do recognize my ability to love others.
Yeah.
100, I have goosebumps as I say this,
Yeah.
100% absolutely shifted when I learned to love myself
Yeah.
on a consistent basis, on a very deep basis. And like that relationship with myself is ever evolving as it is with other people. But when I can take myself to those depths, then I know that I can also go there with others as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. I got goosebumps too. It's just listening to your story.
Love is so powerful. We go back
It is.
with that nourishing hug, right? Like love is
Yes,
just so powerful.
it is. Oh gosh. Okay. So now that you've done your workshop, and so what are the new opportunities coming to you? What's in the future for you?
So I want to take the workshop that I offered and repeat it. I feel like this information is such a expression of my own personal journey, how I have walked through connecting deeper with my intuition. And so my workshop is called Your Interconnection, the Gateway to Transformation, because I really do believe that connecting with yourself And your intuition is really the gateway to you becoming the person that you truly desire to be. But it
Oh,
first
yeah.
starts with your inner connection. So I talk about intuition, and I talk about what gets in the way of connecting with our intuition, and gets in the way of connecting with ourselves, mind, body,
Yeah.
soul, spirit. And then I talk about that journey and how we can support ourselves, how we can have support from beyond, and just some of the learning that goes around, like, what is change, what is
Yeah.
true and lasting change, and where does transformation actually happen. So
Yeah.
that is a little bit of that. And so I really believe in the information that I've been able to put together, and that more people in the world need to hear that. So I just would really like to step into 2026 offering that multiple times. And you and I chatted about this before last time,
Yeah.
but really want to start my own podcast, and
Yeah.
did a little bit of planning last week, and I made a commitment to myself that is to be released in March.
Oh,
So
perfect.
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. I'll be your first subscriber.
That's
That's fantastic.
And it's always like I just like want to just like deepen the work that I do with people in that one-on-one space. When someone comes into a channeling and energetic healing session with me, we do go one-on-one, and we connect, embrace, let go, heal, and transcend. That's what we do in that space.
Yay. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I can't wait till March. I'm going to be clicking that subscribe button so quick.
I am so excited. It's something that's kind of been building within me for a little bit, and moving now that I'm done the first one of my workshop, completed the first round of my workshop. Now I'm going to move into kind of planning and creating that podcast. So like I said,
nice.
Start releasing it in March. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So now at this point, we go back, and what is the best piece of advice you would give your younger self in grade 1? Not with what you know now.
It's okay to love.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that kind of brings up a little bit of emotion in me, but that is okay. That is safe. That is who you are. That is what you can offer the world.
Yeah.
And it's a universal language.
It is. Oh, yeah. I mean, love it's not just falling in love with a person. It's about just loving everybody unconditionally.
Absolutely. And that there is work that needs to be done to be able to recognize, like, not saying this is for everybody, but for myself, what conditioned love is, what unconditional love.
Yes.
Like, there's maybe a little bit of a learning and an unlearning there for some of us that walk through to navigate that. What really kind of, like, as an adult, kind of cracked that open for me was, I can remember when I just started to step into the world of energy and spirituality. I didn't even know I was stepping into it. And I met my Reiki master teacher for the first time, and not even really knowing what I was getting into. But I stepped into this treatment room and just kind of like went with the flow. And I can remember at one point in time in that session, just feeling so loved. Loved by a stranger. Like, and I felt so safe, and I felt so almost overwhelmed, because it was like, this person I've never met before is just being able to hold me in a space of love. And that was just like so beautiful. And I carried that with me, and that really like shifted things for me, and also made me, I think, into the channeler and the energetic healer that I am today as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's so important. I remember when I became a Reiki master myself. You just have this like a sense of needing to give comfort, needing to love your client, but in a way of support.
Yeah, yeah,
You
that's a
know what
really
I
good
mean?
way to articulate that. Yeah,
Like you're supporting your client for why they're coming to visit you. You're supporting your client in helping them become at peace. You're supporting them in trying to relax in a
mm,
world where most people can't, you know. So connecting on those levels and helping them to relax and just escape for that moment, you know, it's compassion.
yes.
It's everything that a lot of people don't experience.
And a lot of people don't experience too just that idea of like that someone's holding you,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
like emotionally,
Yeah.
emotionally,
Yeah.
spiritually,
Yeah.
however you way that you need to be held. And that, yeah, that is a hard experience to even articulate sometimes too.
Yeah. I remember one client of mine, like all of a sudden tears were coming down and she goes, I never felt so protected in that moment.
Mm. Yeah,
To be at peace or
yeah.
just to be, you know.
Well, and lots of times clients would come and they kind of like start to weep.
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't know what's this happening. And at the time it's just like I just like it's just the fact that you could create a space for someone to feel so comfortable that they
Yeah.
could be vulnerable in whatever way, shape that they needed to be, or emotions could just flow out of their body however
Oh
they
yeah.
needed to flow out. And to me, that is very much a
Yeah.
loving aspect, I guess, like a way to
Oh
love
yeah.
without conditions.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for people to hear this, you know, this episode and to tune in and to take with them how important it is just to be open to loving yourself first,
Yeah,
right? And because that once you do that, then it's easy to share a smile. That's a form of love. You know,
absolutely.
you care enough about a person as you're walking down the street or whatever, just smile and they're shocked.
Yeah. Because
And
it's
then they start smiling back.
because right there you've created some kind of connection with a person.
Yes.
And really like for me, love and connection kind of go interchangeably
Yeah.
because and that's why it makes like a smile does make such a ripple effect, right? Because like
Yeah.
when just all of a sudden you saw them and you were able to connect with them just for a moment and express love like through your eyes, through your face, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all keep our little selves with us every day. You know, that I know people say, they can say to people, "Oh, would you grow up?" No, because I want to bring my younger self, my younger version with me, you
Mm,
know. Um, so I'm so grateful that you would say to your younger version, it's okay to love.
mm. And
Yeah.
that is so important because I moved into a space of not loving myself, of
Yeah.
being very hard on myself, degrading myself, having an eating disorder, and just really moving into a space that every time I talked to myself, it was very harmful.
Yeah.
And so that's why I share that because I've kind of been able to move past that and grow and
Yep.
heal and get to this point where my growth past that emotional breakdown it's did start with self-love
Yep.
and it has just carried me forward into a space that I would have never even like 10 years ago you told me
Yeah.
that this is what I was like going to be doing I would
Yeah.
have I would have never believed it. I didn't even know what things were 10 years ago. So
Oh, I'm grateful for you, man. So listen, we're at a point in our interview where we do talk about gratitude, and I'd like to know what you're grateful for today.
I feel like I'm really grateful to those clients that I've
Yeah.
that I mentioned who have felt so safe in my space to allow themselves to weep, to allow themselves to be vulnerable, to allow themselves to feel so comfortable, so loved, and so held that they've opened themselves up to me so vastly that I have been able to make such an impact for them.
Oh, yeah. Much gratitude to them.
Absolutely. Their
Oh, yeah.
willingness to feel safe and trust me with their energy is, I say that to my clients all the time, but I mean that so deeply from the bottom of my heart. I do not take that for granted. So I'm
Yeah.
so grateful for people who are willing to go there with me in that way. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Lynette, for being here with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm so blessed that I get to be back here with you. I
Oh,
love our conversation last night.
yeah.
I love this one too. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And we'll have you back again because I want to continue to hear more. There's more to this conversation.
Mm,
And yeah, we just need to keep on, adding those part one, part twos, part threes.
I love it.
Yeah, right on. Okay, well, thank you. And we'll see you again, Lynette. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you to our listeners for joining us at the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast. We would like to take this time to thank our sponsors for their continued support. Nirvana 101, Trinity Empowerment Center, Red Haven Healing, Summers Light Markets and Events, Fernbury Collective, Ram Tough Property Maintenance, Lynette Waltham Energy, Your Waves Radiant Energy Empowerment Clinic, Brandy Music Publishing Canada, Wildcat Hills Records Canada, Divine Guidance Personal Empowerment with Dale and Jean Hogue, Soul Sanctuary Lounge, Krylo Crystal Creations, Bonnie Cypriot Psychic Medium and Author, Burke Virtual Assistant Agency and Transformational Retreats in Cypress Hills, Saskatchewan. Your contributions help us bring meaningful conversations, inspiring stories and soulful perspectives to our community. We are extremely grateful and look forward to a wonderful Season 3.